So the funny part is I actually am wearing a California shirt and I didn't plan this, but today we're going to talk about the best home insurance for California. Let's dive into that, specifically home insurance. Auto is kind of a crazy thing in California where we're not going to do it in this video. We may make another one. If you're interested in that, let me know below. But don't forget to hit the thumbs up. That helps me the most with the algorithm. If you want more videos like this where generally we're going to talk about insurance, how to get the best deals, discounts, and coverage, that'll save you time and money. If you're interested in that, definitely subscribe. Don't forget to turn the bell icon on so you don't miss any future videos. So California, it is one of the best places to live as far as the location. They have great weather, they have a lot of different locations. They've got Long Beach, which is one of the best locations. They've got Hollywood, there's a whole bunch of things. Wine country is in California as well, and there's just so many attractions and reasons a lot of people would want to live in California, minus your crypto tax, is that they want to have just a really good place to live. There's a lot of growth, there's a lot going on, similar to a lot of, if you're on YouTube watching this, you may have seen a lot of like New Yorkers move to California for different scenery and different reasons, but California is in general one of the more popular areas to live. That being said, they have a ton of earthquakes. So when you have great places to live, they typically have a lot of natural disasters. And earthquakes are no exception. We want to make sure that we have the right coverage in your state. And the article that I found was from a company called Market Watch, where they go over the top companies in California for home insurance. And a lot of it I agree with. There's a ton of options that they offer, and we're going to go through each one of those. So as far as the top companies, we're just going to go right out and tell you, they said that the most accessible one, and I completely agree, is Lemonade Insurance. If you're not looking for auto to combine with your home, those are going to give you the best rates. But if you're just looking for the cheapest, one of the easiest ways to get home insurance, you can go ahead and watch the video review that I did on Lemonade. Not the best coverage off the bat, and you can change those, but you're going to get some really good options. It's fun and easy to do a quote with them. Overall, the best company, as the writing of this article, was Allstate. And I just did a comparison of Allstate versus State Farm because I think State Farm is also very competitive in California as well. And I'm going to link the video comparison right here for those guys. Make sure that when you're done with this, if you're interested in either of those companies, that you go through and watch theirs. Best coverage options, which I don't quite see on this one, was Nationwide. So they may have something that I'm not aware of. I work with Nationwide and I love them as a company, but they really don't have those higher end type packages besides their Boost program and some other options. They're a really good company to work with, and I've got a feeling that their rates are going to be competitive in this state. So let's dive into some of the reasons that these are picked. The Lemonade Insurance is partially because there's not a whole lot of extra cost. The add-ons, if you had a pool, is less than $10. Their typical annual premium is about $572 with the standard $1,000 deductible. Now this is your common $200,000 to $300,000 house that we're looking at. We're not going at those $3, $4, $5 million homes where they need special coverages. If you've got the tile roof, that can affect it. If you've got a little bit higher end stucco, or you have special moldings in your house, you've got to take those into consideration, that those are some additional options that you're going to have to add on for repairs or to have insured correctly in case there is a total loss. Don't forget to check out our new channel sponsor in the description below, Cover. Cover Insurance is a hassle-free app where you can shop over 30 companies in less than 5 minutes. What are you waiting for? Make sure you're covered. There's nothing special about Lemonade. They do have some normal discounts. So if you have a fire alarm, you're near a fire station, you have a fire hydrant nearby, that's typical with pretty much every company that you're going to work with. You're going to want to make sure that they're aware of those things so that you can get those additional discounts. Now the app with Lemonade, as I did a test on, is going to ask you those anyway, so don't worry about it too much. It's going to ask you a whole bunch of questions. Just make sure that you answer them honestly, because they're likely going to give you a pretty good deal either way that you go. The reason Allstate was picked as the number one was because they're kind of an overall generalized really good company. Personally, I think one of the reasons they're going to be better fit is because you're going to get a live agent. You're typically going to talk to somebody specifically. Most of the time, Allstate won't let you do a quote online. Although the link in the description below will shop several of these companies that we're going to talk about today, and I believe Allstate is in there as well. And what it'll do is it'll allow you to go through them. It'll give you some rates based off an app, and then it will also allow you to talk to the agent if you're interested in doing that. So if you're interested in that, the link down below is going to give you that option. The pros for Allstate is not just the live agent, but it's having the 24 hours and 7 days a week where you can always get a hold of somebody. Even though that so-and-so is your agent, there's still an 800 number that you can call if they're not available. Also, their liability includes family members. Most companies are going to do that, although in California, you may want to just double check to make sure that's an option. The downfall to having Allstate is that they have a separate deductible for wildfires. That's a common issue in California. So you're going to have your standard, what they call an all perils deductible, and it's usually $1,000 is the most common. And then you'll have a wildfire deductible where you can raise that one if you think that you're in a lower risk area. The annual cost for about a $1,500 deductible, according to this article, is about $872 per year. So if you're looking to just cost average the cheapest option, so far Lemonade is in the lead. But if you're looking for the overall best fit, and my personal choice so far is going to be Allstate, just because you have a lot of personalization with it, and I find that agents versus computers are going to give you a lot more recommendations that are going to give you some additional benefits that you just don't get with something that just recommends whatever it thought of, the algorithm at that time thought that you should have for coverage. That's one of the things you'll see when you watch that link that I showed you if you're going to go over the different quoting types of Lemonade. On top of that, Allstate does also offer replacement costs, so you're going to get additional replacement costs on your house, which is kind of a nice thing to have. They do also do more of those code or coverage options where they're going to adjust for different building codes because they constantly change. There's a lot of different things. On top of, they do car insurance as well. So you can bundle with those if you're looking to get the absolute best deal that you can find. If you're a new homeowner, State Farm is going to be one of the better options. They're going to give you one of the better deals, but they offer some new coverages that you're going to lean towards. Once again, similar to Allstate, and I said these guys are the two comparables. That's why that comparison's a good thing to watch. But they have, one, prices are great. They allow you to do a little bit lower deductible, because I believe in California, even though I said $1,000 is the most common, in California, it's not uncommon to have a $2,000 deductible as well. I personally lean towards the $2,500 if you can afford it, if it's a cost savings things. We'll get to that at the end, but they also offer earthquake coverage. So if you need that in addition to the home, those are typically separate policies. You have flood, you have home, you have earthquake, you have sometimes fire, but most of the time the fire is included in the home. So you've got different policies that you can select depending on the type of risk area that you're in. Some companies in some states, if you were to go to Illinois, you're going to be looking at mine subsidence. And that's a completely different thing. And because it's a common problem, just like California is with wildfires and with earthquakes, they're going to have separate policies that are in addition to those parts that aren't typically covered. And with State Farm, they cover the fire department. So there's usually a surcharge if the fire department has to show up, and that's just baked into your policy. The cons are obviously the deductible and then not having many discount opportunities. Although I do believe State Farm has a decent amount, so I kind of don't agree with that portion of it. Annual premium for State Farm is about $756 a year. Now that's if you do a $2,500 deductible. Keep in mind, Lemonade we did $1,000, the next one they did $1,500, and now we're $2,500. I'm curious to see what the comparisons would be if those other companies offered those larger deductibles as an option. The best overall coverage that they're talking about is going to be nationwide. I do like this company. They are a little bit picky with some inspections, but other than that, they've been really good overall in my experience. They offer smart home coverage, so if you have additional equipment, you're going to get discounts for having lights that shut off, things that notify the security departments, fire alarms that notify you. There's a lot of different discounts that Nationwide is going to offer, and those are some pretty cool things. They do also offer auto, so just like before, you can get a live agent. You can do the combination home and auto if you're going to combine the bundle. They also give you up to 55 days to do the smart home bundle, so if you're going to buy a door ring bell or something like that, then those are some pieces that you can do down the road that will give you a discount today. And those essentially are the pros for having nationwide. The cons are that you also once again have a separate deductible for personal property claims versus just the all perils deductible. One of the cons that they said in here is that they are a little bit more difficult to reach, so they may have a closing time that's a little bit further than the typical 24-hour days, 7 days a week. Although I do know that they have an 800 number, so if you do need to call that, that's an option that's available. And a lot of times it's not unheard of to get a voicemail and then you have to wait until somebody replies. As I mentioned before, there are a little bit less discounts and overall coverage packages, although they offer a lot. There's just some of the little pieces that are a little bit limited with nationwide. So if you've been this far, I'm going to give you a little bit of a bonus. This article talked about a company called USAA, and they are one of the top, if not the top, rated company in the United States. The only small issue is you have to be part of the government or the military or a family of somebody that can get you in the door. It's almost like a referral program where you have to have proof that you're part of some sort of government partnership, or someone that you know or a family member that is going to invite you in is allowing you to have insurance with this company. Now, once you're in the door, they're going to offer a whole bunch of different options, mainly price and service, because they are listed as one of the top service companies out there. So expect to have one of the better experiences with USAA. The pros, according to this article, are affordable rates for members, so that's obviously a big push. And then membership comes with unique benefits, so there's a lot of little perks that you get being part of that. They do offer additional earthquake coverages. And then the cons are there aren't as many discounts as some companies, and then they're only available for service members and their families. Well, it's up to you guys to decide between those options, and I'm curious to know which ones you would be leaning towards. Let me know in the comments below which one you would go with out of these 4 options. If there's a different company that you chose, let us know why you went with them so that we can share this with other people in California. Keep in mind that earthquake coverage is a whole nother animal, so you want to really understand that. The best way to get the best prices is to really look at the deductible. That's the first thing to look at versus lowering coverage options. I'll link up another video that you guys might be interested here. So if you guys have more questions, let me know in the comments below. Don't forget, if you want to give me the best compliment, the like button is going to help the algorithm push this video out further. Otherwise, hit the subscribe button, turn the bell icon on so you don't miss future videos. I'm Mark with Think Insurance. I'll see you in the next one.